Welcome back to Court TV. I'm Chanley Painter here in downtown Minneapolis. The judge just denied a renewed defense motion to sequester the jury after there was another shooting yesterday of a young black man by police near Minneapolis. To discuss everything that just happened in court, though, still with me, criminal defense attorney Daryl Exum, and joining me now is Kelly Hyman, a trial attorney out of Denver, Colorado. Thank you both for being here. Let's talk about some of the key rulings and matters the judge just took up before he's going to bring in the jury. We'll start first with the one denying the defense motion to sequester the jury again after the news of what happened here near Minneapolis yesterday and the protest and riots that resulted from it. Not specifically in Minneapolis, but some did bleed into Minneapolis, if you will. So I'll start with you, Daryl, on do you agree? I know we talked about this a bit earlier, which I think I know your answer, but do you agree with what the judge decided?
Well, I think the judge is right. His analysis was that this jury is not going to see another verdict and see what the aftermath of a verdict is, but instead they're just seeing that, a similar situation that happens after the incident happens and the civil unrest that goes with it. So I think the judge was probably right. The only problem is, I think if this persists, the judge might have to revisit this.
Yeah, and Kelly, your thoughts on this? Would you have asked for the jury to be sequestered?
Well, if I was the defendants, absolutely, I would ask for them to be sequestered. And first and foremost, my thoughts go out to the family, the Wright family, to lose their son so young. It's a horrible shooting. But absolutely, but I think the judge made a good call. It's a totally isolated incident. It has anything to do with this case. But if it could possibly happen that the judge might revisit this issue if something else happens in the near future.
And then the other issue the judge took up was a second use of force expert, defense making a motion that it's pretty cumulative at this point. We've heard from 6 to 7 other police officers or policy experts and a use of force expert. Real quick, Daryl, what did you think about the judge's ruling requiring that his testimony will be limited, but he is still going to be able to testify today?
I really didn't like it. I honestly, I thought this is cumulative, but the judge was right about the part that he did exclude. I mean, it's the jury's, that's the jury's promise to listen to tapes and decide what they say. And the prosecution sort of overstepped their bounds by putting on a witness to sort of say, this is what I heard on the tape, and so this is what you should hear. It's the jury who makes that decision. So I think the judge was right in that respect, but it was cumulative. I mean, this is the same thing we've seen, and the fact that he's an academic and not a police officer, it really doesn't change the fact that we're going to see it again, the exact same thing. And I think, as I told you early on in this trial, boring the jurors and losing the jurors' attention is a very real phenomenon, and it does happen.
Yeah, in the order of witnesses too, Kelly, they were on use of force early last week, and now they're going to return to it again, maybe because the expert wasn't available until today, not quite sure. But I do see movement now inside the courtroom, so let's go into and listen to Judge Peter Cahill.